Does that actually matter against my humble team? No, I just can't use the Deborah S2, that's all. Thank you, Guardian, for being a good Guardian. Not sure if I'm fast enough for this, but then again, we don't really have to be fast enough for these. Might as well just clap it like this. Should actually have used Pheromos. Pheromos is better against Baronia. Because now I still have one turn where they start using... well, they don't use anything because he hella derped. Also an option. Never the fastest of clears, but always a very safe one. Are you proccing enough to get your S3 back? I guess he's working on it. Especially with all of those hits. I think he's back in passive, yeah. Oh well, not an issue. Just takes a little bit longer. See you, mate. Same team. Good despair stun actually. It's a really good despair stun because that might strip her. Oh, guess no strip in this rotation. And then he had a silence, which also kind of sucks for me. Another despair stun. Good try then. Wow, good finesse actually. Right, we're also increased cool time. That's just something. Additional turn. Too bad. Since when you're counting the LD scrolls and are the rates going good for you? I've been counting since Tianleng, and you can scroll down to the about part on the Twitch page to see how long that is ago. Not entirely sure. I think it's like February or something, maybe January. And have the rates been good? Well, I'm sitting on 2 LD5s, and by average rates I should have been sitting at 5. So yeah. We're planning to do a reroll for tomorrow. If the events are good, yes. I did see that Video Killed already started a reroll account, which is cool and all, but I first want to see if the events are actually good and they're worth it to do. Because if the events are mediocre, then I might not do it. But I shall see. Also for the November month, I do have a bit more time. December month, I probably have a bit less time, but because I will be most likely traveling again in the December month. This man is always traveling. Yeah, I've seen that clip which you mean, Masterpo. That's actually a issue with the Lucian being too slow. Yellow on defense. It is something. Yeah, if they are smart, they're gonna do really good events with the tomorrow patch. And then a lot of people will start playing or come back to the game because of the tomorrow patch. That's fairly interesting. Well, even if I were to crit, I would still silence. That would have been that issue where he would have thrown that back though to the Grogan because he focuses on Dark. Will it be tomorrow in your minds? I think it will be Tuesday or Wednesday. Because tomorrow is a siege battle, and I don't think they will do that during siege. I will be fairly surprised if they do. I'll take another choice in that 5. Would make sense. We got armor break on them all. And we killed them all. Nice. Man, I'm still feeling hangover from yesterday. The typical say being hangover on a Sunday. Not the first and definitely not the last time. That Fermion's pretty darn tank. Still dead though, but that was pretty tanky. Well, the passive helps hard with that part, right? Would this work? That's... yeah, would actually work. Because right now, even if I were to trigger you enough, you would start focusing on that thing anyways, because of elemental thing. Just the chroma cleanup takes a little bit of time because of, well, reasons. Best starter? Lucifer or well, for Arena? Arena's... hard to say which one is better. They're both really good. Would we be able to outspeed? Well, even if we outspeed, it could still be tricky that I don't really put everything to low enough HP. Not really sure what this team is supposed to do. I get the Kika and I get the Seime, but the Nasha feels a little bit misplaced. Majority of defense are anti-Leo Lucian nowadays. Yeah, mostly just by the amount of shield sets. Lucifer is pretty hard to play nowadays, from what I've heard from the Lucifer owners. Ever since I made it popular to just go triple shield on your Vanessa, they have been really struggling. And then I say, sucks to be you. Red definitely does have a lot of options for good clears with Gemini, yeah. Can you pick up Gemini that easily on a new account right now? Because there's not always the choice HOH things, right? This one is a little bit annoying. Let's just do it like this, then it's easy clear. Why do they always stun my stripper? I don't like it when you do that, because then it takes more time. Interesting team. Not sure if I can outspeed this. Apparently I can. That AO never loses. Yeah, very rarely. You can actually lose if the enemy has just straight up way too much damage. But even then it's pretty hard to get to that point, I would say. But especially with the Seimei version of it, it's just so incredibly stupid strong. Which one? Yep, it is you. And then we're going to replace you for... No, actually, let's keep you in for a bit. Feel like, well, no, that thing could be swift. Should not give that a try. This one I can. Thought for a second Lucifer wasn't about to die. That would have been a strange thing to see. But in the end, it did die. Right, this one... Yeah, it's actually doable because of no speed lead. Do you think we get the update tomorrow? I'm thinking Tuesday or Wednesday. So now he has way too many things to strip. And then it doesn't work. And then we clear him. Actually start to drop a bit of points. Maybe let's actually remove you for... You could be fun. Wow, this team is actually super high up. Okay, I guess people don't have counters against this. Legit, I could also run this. Nice, worth a bit more points, that's always nice. Should be able to take this down. Not too sure if you might be a little bit on the fast side. He is on them though. Yeah, I don't expect it tomorrow because of the siege. Unless they do it super early and it is before the siege in Korea starts, but I highly doubt that. So Tuesday or Wednesday makes a lot more sense. That's never gonna be that fast. This is definitely one of those where the Grogan buffs helped out a lot, because without Grogan buff it probably would not kill. It's already leaked which new 2A we get. Well, technically it was already leaked like half a year ago, so... Or even more. How long was that ago? A year, even? It was leaked in the Witcher collab, and Witcher collab is legit. I think it was the February collab of last year. Charges Sharks. I don't know what Charges Sharks. You know which real unit we need as a 2A. Drunken Masters. Sub ammo, hidden. Drunken Masters is what we need. Those are the real units. This can also hit. Good bit of Humble offenses today. Good old Humble at it again. Also, this Galleon is being a good Galleon. Going for rank 1? I always go for rank 1. But I also always just see whatever happens. Grogan looking crazy, yep. Yeah, Grogan, that he goes for the S2 into S3 always makes him so much easier to rune without having attack buff. Oh, who does go first? Base speeds? After Leo? No, whatever speed comes after. A way that you can explain Leo passive is that everyone's speed becomes the same as Leo's speed, but then the decimal number after your, let's say, Leo's 100 speed, then everything else will have the decimal number of their own speed after that 100 speed. So then your Tiana will still be like 100.30 or like 320, and your Grogan would be 100.200 whatever, something like that. That's the best way to explain it. I don't think it is exactly like that, but that is the best way to explain it. So therefore turn order is still the same. But if you increase bar by 1%, such as Lucifer has increase of 1%, your whole team laps. Because then you're faster than anything else, of course. 2A your Harks? Oh, hell no. Plus they have 4 stars in the family. They never made 2A's one 4-star family. Oh, we got Malignant in this one. I like it when you start with that skill. And see you later. No, close. Patch is happening today? Nah. 11th or 12th is my expectation. I could make a video out of this rush, the comeback of the Humble. Because definitely I've been using a good bit of Humble teams. This Galleon is really a good Galleon. Holy shit. Good luck on the rush. Seems like we're same team. Good luck to you as well then, my kind sir. This we can definitely clap. Well, in all honesty, for this team, I might as well just run a Cyrus. It's near to the same strength. It is definitely weaker, but it's near to the same strength as a Grogan. Because Cyrus has way more damage output on just a simple skill 3. As long as you beat the threshold of the attack. Which It's not that hard, but you're doing it without attack buff, which makes it a little bit harder, but it's not that hard. Okay, that's a good bit of miscrits. Well, actually, Zyros would have guaranteed crit on that. It's the other side. Yeah, Zyros is definitely really strong. The moment that they upgraded the Zyros, it was pretty much stronger than... what's it called? Than the Grogan at that time. The moment they had the first upgrade for the Zyros. And therefore they were like, then we have to buff the Grogan again. And they buffed Grogan 3 more times. That part did not make that much sense. But the first buff actually did make sense. I guess 2 does good enough damage where we already start killing thing, or just proc on everything and then we kill from there, sure. Thought the 150 crit damage makes up for the guaranteed crits. Zyros does like 50% extra damage if he crits, so that's a good trade, let's call it that way. Like 150 extra crit damage, or just straight up 50% extra damage while having the highest base attack in the game. Or one of the highest. He doesn't have the highest, but one of the highest. That's a fairly good trade, I can tell you that much. That is also an interesting interaction. Welcome, Rush. Thank you. Is Mr. Water still super high up? He is. Wow, that team even works. Why does that team work? Well, maybe people just don't have the counter against it, I guess. Could make sense. Should I just quickly copy his whole defense? Because I'm getting a good bit of hits on my ass. Chilling in this rush anyway, so we could even do it like this. Let's keep that for switch for later. To be even more toxic. Okay, what do we want on you? Do we have more of those? No, I think I'm kind of already out of these. I already used too many. Let's just use the living shit out of this. Didn't use that many of those. Works. 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 Kind of unnecessary on your amount of speeds that you're representing, kind sir. Okay, now we want to add more toxicity by recovery S3s. Not by score, by maxed out. Okay, by HP is fine though. What will probably hit this? I have no clue. In case we have no clue, just do this. The other one already has it, actually. Yeah, it looks pretty toxic, right? Have fun with these. Isn't Ariel better? It's more it's fast to clear on the bomb kind of thing, I guess. I have no clue why people are, or like why that dude is actually rank 1, in all honesty. Because I think that defense is really not that crazy good, so let's see if it works for me. Can we clear this? And it depends how fast you are, but I think we actually can. Oh, wait. I made one mistake, though. I should have Leo'd this. No kill, thank you. Not sure if I'm fast enough now. Humble, please take a turn. Thank you. Yeah, I should not do that. Humble's 0 speed. Humble's only usable, at least in this state, against Leo teams. That was super tricky. Maybe has some crazy fast AOs. Yeah, could definitely be. I think one of the stronger AOs at the moment is actually a Trinity Crack. Trinity Crack, Kabila, Lucian. I think that's legit one of the stronger offense at the moment because it does counter a fair bit of things that are on the market right now because of 33 lead. And you're just like crazy fast. Any Groa Seth offenses? Not as much. The main reason why Groa is not that good is because Lamila Hacker is just way stronger. I used that with Samath over Trinity. Well, the thing is, Trinity also gives more chip damage because of like the guaranteed damage that Trinity does do. But yeah, you can still do it with Samath as well. That is true. But with Trinity, it is better because of the chip damage it provides from the hit itself. It's actually a pretty substantial hit. Good defenses today, to be honest. No, that's definitely too fast. This one is not. It was Groa. That is the dot damage spreader, also known as Light Jennifer, I guess. Instantly a defense success. Kind of makes sense. This team is the toxicity itself. Oh, this unit in game. It's definitely one of the cooler units. I definitely give it credit for that. I wouldn't go Tiana on that. I would probably go for Nora instead of the Tiana, because then you just add more strips to the table, right? Adding more strips to the table is always nice. Or not necessarily more strips, more dots. And then Hacker or Bath. I would maybe even go for a Bludgeon in there. Because Bludgeon has a lot of dots as well. Wow, I'm not sure what they're using, but apparently it doesn't work as well against it as the team that I was using against it. It seems. Because people are failing. Well, then again, I think these Camillas are kind of tanky-ish because they were sitting at like, what, 45k-ish HP extra, or 48k? Plus they have 4 shield sets and they have 2 sets of enhance. Plus a 44 lead, which that adds up to a good 70k HP or so. On both Camillas, yeah, that's definitely, I can see the toxicity in that. That is actually kind of hard to deal with, maybe. Well, yeah, let's claim the maybe part, because my team would actually straight up kill that instantly. The humble team would insta-clear that. But then again, that's just the humble, right? Grogan is so sick. Grogan is definitely really nice. But, well, before I was saying, like, Grogan really needs the good runes to shine. Currently, it really doesn't need that anymore, because you take the double turn regardless. Like, you're always putting something below 50. Like, it's very unrealistic for not putting at least one thing below 50. Whereas not killing at least one thing was a little bit harder before. Let's just add more damage to you. Don't have yours 3 yet. Thank you. Don't proc. Thank you for not proccing. Can use Punk Beak instead of the Humble. True, that's actually very true. That is actually a very true statement. Is the new light unit good for defense? I'm not sure. Good stance, not bad. Fuck, it's Rush Week this week? Yes. Well, you still have a few hours in Global. 9 hours, I guess. Why did you have to go for perfect rotation on that silence? I like it when Miss Amber procs. Good evening. Does he have passive back? Nope. Oh, he did. Fire Jin has potential to be so annoying, definitely. It's that he still hard loses against the team that I just used. Yeah, something like that. I'm not sure how annoying this thing is, in all honesty. I have absolutely no clue. I'm also not on the verge of finding that out at the moment, I would say. What was your very first LD5? You can scroll down to the About page and you can follow all of the LD5s that I pulled in order. But my very first one was Gianna. And no, it did not come from a Fame on Hell, whatever, or something I was already playing for 9 months. But still, it was a very solid early pickup kind of unit. There goes my main damage output. Alright, dice to dots. Correct. Can you use Hacker as a stripper if you don't have Nora? Yeah, you can. It's just that the Hacker passive and Grow passive, they don't really stack that well unless they're specific dots. Okay, I guess people kind of figured out this team as well. We still have a switch on it though. You always have the option for the switch. Lucky, I kind of want to see what this thing does. See if it's annoying. Just curious about this new unit. Animations are definitely slow, that's always good for defense. Yeah, I'm not really seeing the value just yet, I guess. Wait, can I even kill this thing right now, or is it impossible to kill? Okay, this thing is kind of funny. Do I start killing it when everything is dead, or how does that work? I legit barely read his skills, to be honest. I was like, probably never gonna get this unit anyways. Do we hit it now? Wait, can we actually kill this right now? How are we supposed to kill this thing? If it is attack bar, you won't deal damage. Ah, that's an issue. I guess that worked. Fun unit, fun unit. Kinda like the idea. kind of a sitting duck totem, just wasting your time rather than dealing anything, but still funny. Yeah, definitely a funny unit. Naders is... Wait, Naders is legend right now, right? Yeah, this guy actually dropped down. I guess that the Light in Nozuke is one of the better defense units at the moment, because it's one of the very few units somewhat hard countering the Lamila team. And that definitely adds value to your team. Should I give it a try if I can outspeed this? It's a little bit tricky. I could definitely slow clear this though, because he only has 1 damage dealer. Okay, I can actually outspeed this. I think in this case with the Krogan buff, I don't have to be that scared. Even if I were to miss a few things, if I full outspeed this, probably half of his shit dies anyways. Okay, let's remove half of his shits and his complete shit dies. 49k crystals, yeah, I willed a bit on the SWC scrolls and I haven't been farming as much because of the waiting for the new patch, mainly. We got Babo with the primer. What's up? Wait, this Triton has to be like Despair or Vio. That thing was super slow. Okay, I guess it's super tanky. I guess so. Interesting choice. Good thing we have heal block. You willed a bit. I willed a bit. Is this thing going to proc back into passive? That team is actually stupidly tanky. The fact that Grogan S2 or S3 S2 doesn't even kill. It's kind of rare. Best droper in game. Yeah, this thing is. If I had 2 of them, I actually had a fun team. 2 of these guys plus Samath and a... what's it called? Samath and a Nyx. It's actually a pretty strong team. I guess Sapien is refreshing for my ass again. Allowed. It's gonna happen in 12 minutes. Now then the rush is finished. That was a lot of miscrits. Good thing everything was silenced. That could have been very bad. And with very bad, I mean really very bad. You're rank 9, holy. Keep on going. Rush isn't over yet. Still got 11 minutes on them clock. "100 accuracy, stop missing your Chivo on every single defense." you could make it 100 accuracy, but it's not gonna change shit. Still gonna miss. Still gonna be that guy. He's still gonna be that guy. What's the set on that Humble 100k damage? It's Deborah. It's more Deborah than Humble. He does have a good set though. Humble does have my best damage set I have, but it's more Deborah than Humble in honesty. Most units would do 100k on, or even more. Most units would do like 140-ish. But it looks fun on the Humble, right? Your tomorrow event should be Scout Battle 100 times. Yeah, and the event should be called Touch Grass. Okay, that's kind of bad. Good thing that thing is derping. I don't like that. That could have been dangerous for a second. I guess heavy on the Nem or so. What defense are you running this rush? I actually copied the defense of someone else. Which is the Acroma double Camilla plus Leo. I wish I had more enhanced runes. I would have stacked the living shit out of that unit with enhanced runes as well. Apparently people kind of figure out how to clear it. Which one of the two is weaker? Definitely you. Let's change you out for something else that's also annoying. Let's go for you. We're just adding annoying shits on top of annoying shits. So do they. That is the name of the game. That one is kind of tricky if I start missing on that. I don't want to be missing on that. Also, we ripped the music. I've actually been using a good bit of Humble this rush. A lot of people on the Leo teams that were hard counted. Also, this Galleon didn't miss a single one yet. No, we finally started missing. And we also missed two important ones, I would say. Yikes. The moment you say Galleon hasn't missed a single thing, you say, what? What you talking about me? Of course I start missing right away. Fuck you. Galleon shit unit. Yeah, that was also the worst one to miss on. Missing any of the others doesn't really matter. Yeah, if you build a Björnjul next to a Leo, you can go straight into like 100 and or like 200 crit damage, 190 crit damage, all of that kind of good stuff, right? More Jin and Terrace. But Loki, it's not a bad defense. Like, that's the interesting part about it. It's not even a bad defense. Happy I ruined up the Humble team. I was doubting if I wanted to ruin this up, but you don't boost enough, right? Thank you for not boosting enough. Fun part is that Jessica passive is ignored the moment that the defense break is already there and I still shoot it for 90k and instantly dies. We'll have a long fight against these freaking Camilla looking goofy ass things. I guess we have to. Light Art Master's nice damage. He's mainly nice damage due to Deborah. Without Deborah, I would straight up do like 40k less. Still good enough to kill in most cases, but it's a good bit less. Yeah, I'm not sure to what extent I want to be fighting Camillas for a long time with 4 minutes left on the clock. Especially if I'm dealing jack shit damage. Shoot kill, I guess. Yep. If you want any unit to land the debuffs, you go 100. That's just... That part is not rocket science, right? Or well, you go 85, but that is the technical 100. Great. Can we outspeed this? Yeah. How annoying is the Minato? Not that annoying. Because he will pop up on the second skill anyways. Got Shellcat with a Pyrimer, thank you very much. Thank you very much. But yeah, some people did mention it. You can also do this team with just a Pung Beak or so. Oh, wait, that was dumb. Fuck, I should have not done that. Oh, of course, very first time I mess it up, I instantly get stunned. And then I die. That part is dumb. That part is dumb. What a waste. What a waste. Humble's actually not completely dog shit today. No, Humble's actually pretty decent in his own right. Issue is we have to land on these guys, otherwise we die. Yeah, this is the rotation I had to do. Good waste of 15 points or so. And a few minutes. That is a guilty. Just a few minutes on the clock left. We're not gonna get legend anyways. But that is fine, that is fine. I just want to see Humble do good again. It's been a decent while since Humble was that much in play. Now, the issue is Humble has to be at 0 speed, otherwise his damage is just absolute ass. Which definitely is a bit of an issue. Let's hit this guy 2 times in the last minute. Refresh, get him again, hit him again. Ha 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 ha. Nice misses, still kills. Normally I would not do that, a little bit of a waste of 30 crystals, but I was like, fuck it. Well, that's... Wait, I always auto after the... Normally I always press auto after I did my hit with you. Because then after that it's guaranteed that you always do S2, you get perfect eye, but in this case... The HPs were so high that he didn't perfect eye on anything. Because that's what you see me do every time. The moment that I do the Grogan S3, I hit spacebar just to auto. Who was rank 1? Oh. We were actually somewhat close-ish. But not close enough. Wait, was this not a guilty before? I think it was a guilty before. Well, not bad. Another rank 2, as always. We'll take the 2000th rank 2. Yeah, I got still the most amount of rank 2s from anyone, man. 100%. Humble team. Well, it's mainly about the Humble. 290 crit damage, 2.4k attack, which is pretty nice. Can you hit your own team with the Humble? Yeah, 100%. And then we have damage on water, which is really not that needed. I think I should actually do attack increasing effect on this, and this is just a combination of everything. But can I hit this? Yeah, 100%, 100%. Like I do like 100 something K damage, right? There's no way on stopping that. But I'll show the difference without a Debra in a second. It's where you can see like how much difference that is. Yeah, like that. Nothing is surviving 160k, man. Like I can add as much HP as I like, but surviving 160k, that ain't happening, man. Okay, let's remove you. What's a fair trade that does also still have triple fights? Nefty says triple fight. So let's see the difference in damage. What would you guys expect that I hit right now? I was hitting 106k on this Camilla before. So let's see how much we do right now. 60-ish? Not even 60. That is the difference in freaking Deborah. Deborah adds like close to 40 to 50k extra damage. And now I can't kill. Like, this is 50k damage. These things are still stupidly alive. Thanks for watching. If you would like to see more guides, join the Discord and check out the content tab for the guide video archive, which contains all of the guides that you might need. Hope to see you there.